0, 1. Let's get started.
Hey there, toy collector friends and Transformers fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector. And once again, I am outside on location, as it were, in order to capture the robot mode of Tidal Wave, the Titan class release for Legacy United this year. This is the third installment of this series, back again in robot mode, because I have been asked a few questions about how he compares to some of the other Titans. So I thought, well, what a wonderful opportunity to bring in a couple of those other Titans. Quick disclaimer, audio quality will vary in this video whilst I'm out here doing the mainstay of the opening of the video. Then we'll be trying to do it somewhere a little bit more quiet and calm to look at the base mode for Titan class Tidal Wave. That will also include the removal of the mini Dark Fleet, which is ensconced around his person. But I've had a few questions about how he scales up. Apologies for the epic bird song in the background, but they're very excited about seeing these guys in the flesh or in the metal. So yeah, without further ado, you can see how they scale up, how Titan class Tidal Wave scales up with Omega Supreme and Cybertron Metroplex. These are two characters in particular that I've been asked about in terms of scaling, so I thought, well, I'll bring them out for the part 3 video so you can see exactly how they scale. Now you could argue there's a matter of perspective, because you can see they're not next to each other, but to be honest, it's not causing too much of a difference. So I would say he is very much on the smaller side of the Titan classes, and it's fascinating because until I put him with these guys, you don't feel it. So the toy itself, when you're actually manipulating it and working with it, you don't feel that there's a bit of a size disparity between this Titan class and these Titans at all. You feel that they're kind of very much of a class. But here, you know, I would say he's maybe a couple of inches to an inch shorter than Omega Supreme, and a good 3 inches or so shorter than Cybertron Metroplex. So if that answers those questions, I hope that makes you happy. I haven't removed the Dark Fleet elements from Tidal Wave here, but they are essentially segments in the legs, the sides of the arms, and a concealed section within both the legs and also around the back, which I've shown you, I think, in part 1. And then once I haven't taken them out or off yet, I'll do that as part, because I also need to take them off as part of the the base mode conversion. Don't know if we classify it as a city, but yeah. So that's a real piece of work that I'm going to do next. And I may actually do like either an epilogue video, or I'll just do a separate video for Legacy Armada Megatron, where I attach that as part of that video, because I have recently acquired Legacy Megatron from Armada Universe, and I haven't yet played with it excessively, so I might save the Dark Armada upscaling to Burning Megatron, I think it's called, for that video. But anyway, just before we transform Tidal Wave into the base mode, here he is again, up close and personal with Omega Supreme and Cybertron Universe Metroplex. So hopefully that'll help answer some of those questions, and hopefully the audio quality in the next part of the video will be much better. So without further ado, let's get Titan class, although it's a variable picture, Titan class Tidal Wave into his base mode, just like this. And here we are. Here we have Tidal Wave in his base mode, and this is quite epic. I've had to make a slight fan adjustment because of a challenging joint issue, but otherwise the transformation was fun, the transformation was simplistic, the transformation was logical, and the transformation is fascinating. And again, I've really enjoyed this, because you can see here where some of the Dark Fleet elements, the faux Dark Fleet, have come out from what were the leg sections to become side sections here. This middle section of the base mode is going to be that sort of battleship with all the cannons, but at the moment it's there. It has a raised section here. It's got some lovely detailing, most of which we've seen elsewhere in its various configurations, but here it looks fantastic. We've got this section, again, it's the back of the arm, but it forms part of the faux mini Dark Fleet, and that's an additional ramp there, which is, I think, a really nice touch. So there's lots of different locations and areas for egress. We've got these turbines there on the base. Again, this sort of command section at the top, another layer underneath there. All these guns. We do have to relocate the guns for this mode, but that's not totally unacceptable. Let's come around this end so you can see how this section folds down. So you've got, you know, a bit of a back support there. And I'm going to come around again now to this side. And this here is the other part that goes with this part, which is supposed to stand upright. It's supposed to link into that port then and stand upright. This port, this peg is supposed to open up and just drop straight in, so it should stand erect there. However, it's so tight it won't go beyond the position it's in now, so I can't actually get it to stand fully upright. So I kind of thought, well, actually, you know what, doesn't matter. I kind of like the idea of having this slope at the back. But we have, you know, there's a lot of levels. There are the nooks and crannies that I really appreciate in a base mode. I mean, again, I'll be real, because that's what I'm here for. It is essentially another robot lying down with its arms and legs splayed out, but I think there's enough other bits and pieces going on to make it kind of interesting. Is it the best mode of all of them? Probably not. I do like the battle cruiser, like the fully combined sort of aquatic battle cruiser, battle platform thing. I don't know whether if this is supposed to be aquatic or not. There's not really any clues in the design, I'm afraid. So I don't know. And I'd never watched Armada, which is the source material. So please, I'm fascinated. Let me know in the comments below. You know, whether this is an aquatic base or it is in fact just a sort of standard pop-up anywhere kind of base to facilitate Decepticon need. You know, just let me know. But I love all the little details that are available. Yes, there's an element of parts forming here, but you know, this is a Titan class, although we have seen he's on the smaller end of the Titans, having compared him to Cybertron, Universe, Metroplex, and also Omega Supreme from Siege. Two of my favourite figures, to be honest, and one of them I wasn't even going to get because I thought, I don't know you, I don't like you. Changed my mind completely. So I really think this is a lovely, lovely base mode. It's a shame about this, but I might fiddle with some screws and see if I can do something with it, or maybe I am doing something wrong, because I'm sure it shouldn't be that difficult. But again, maybe it is just because it's new. But yeah, I really, you know, I've seen worse base modes. Let me put it that way. I've seen a lot worse base modes than this one, so I'm kind of pleased with it. Again, the mini Dark Fleet I've had to disassemble to get into this base mode, and again, that was really straightforward and simple, and again, very clever engineering. So as I mentioned previously, I think I'm going to save the mini Dark Fleet for when I look at Legacy Armada Megatron. But what I can tell you is, because you take them out when he's in robot mode, and it does mean he is left in robot mode, and it has no material impact on his presence, his size, and etc, etc. So, you know, from anyone worrying about that, you don't need to. But again, this is a really super looking bass mode. I think the colors really work. I know some people are a bit concerned because there's an overt purple tint to some of the elements that perhaps on the original toy were green. Again, I never had or really familiar with the original toy, so I can't comment, but I can comment in terms of traditional Decepticon color scheme. The purple really works, the gunmetal really works, the tinted, we've got some elements of pink, some orange, and that yellow / gold really works. And so for me as a base mode, I'm really pleased with it. I'm really impressed. Is it the best ever? I don't know that we ever really get a decent base mode. I mean, I suppose Metroplex, well, I think actually the original Metroplex is the closest we've got, possibly the original Fortress Maximus. But it works, you know. Again, if you take it for what it is and you overlay your imagination, which I think is always the key part of this, it doesn't have to do all the work for you. You need to inject a bit of your own imagination, and I think this gives us everything we need to be injecting our imagination into it. And I don't think you can ask much more than that from a toy. Given that this is a toy that also gives us two versions of the Dark Fleet, a large version and a micro and a mini version, a Titanic robot, a combined battle cruiser, aquatic battle platform, and also this I think quite good looking base mode. I'm sure there'll be people that don't think it's a good looking base mode, and I get that. But if you look beyond the fact it's the sort of that H version base mode, and it's just a robot lying on its back with its arms and legs splayed out, you know, park that and look at what you're actually getting in terms of play value, playability. I think it's good. I think it's value for money. I really do. Anyway, I'm now gonna transform him back and play about with that mini Dark Fleet and see what I think about that. Let me know in the comments if you think this was a figure you're going to pick up, or have you decided you're absolutely not going to pick it up. Do please like the video, do please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free and it means the world to me. Again, I hope the audio quality has been okay in this video. Because of the sheer size and scale of this particular figure, I've had to do it away from my normal reviewing station, so I appreciate you bearing with me. Hopefully it's given you a nice insight into what the figure looks like and what the figure can do. If you do have any queries or questions, like some of you have already done, please leave them in the comments section below and I will try and answer them. And as I say, I might do an epilogue, either an epilogue video, or I'll just pick it up when I do Legacy Megatron from Armada Universe. But if you have any queries and questions, as I say, let me know and I'll see what I can do about responding. Anyway, you've been a fantastic audience. Thanks for sticking with me over this review and enduring some of the audio issues. I've been the Triple TC, that's the Time Traveling Toy Collector, and this has been the Titan class Transformers Legacy United Tidal Wave. And my goodness me, this really proves that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Bye-bye for now.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Real good.
Why they stopping me? Stopping me.